Today we will discuss the relevance of value-based management in global changes. Indian versus Western management. Western management basically is more direct. The input emphasizes on seniority, family ties, and ranks, while Indian management put more emphasis on input and output of the employee. The Indian managers concentrate on raw materials and productivity. Now, going to the principle of management, it is on the basis of different aspects. Relationship means it is based, the Western management principle is based on equality, merit, and individual ability. Whereas for the Western principle is based on mutual benefit, duty, and group dynamics. In Western principle, personal and professional contacts are put in different categories. Whereas in Eastern principle, contacts are regarded as being friends once accepted in the group. Western principle focuses on be firm, stick to principles, and deal with problems immediately. Whereas the Eastern principle deals with save face, seek harmony, and avoid conflict at all costs. The next is for Western principle is opinion determined by debate, individual thinking, and input. Whereas for the Western principle, opinion predetermined by leaders representing individuals in the group. Then the status. For Western principle, individual skill and knowledge defines the status with personal reward. Whereas in Western principle, status and patronage where benefits are shared with groups. Differentiation between the Indian and the Western way of management. It is the importance of time between the Indian and the Western way of management. In Western management, all employees are very particular about coming to and leaving from the office. Indian management generally get late to work and have to inform her into offices and work until late night to cover up for the time. Second point is the Western management do not follow authority. A person of younger age gets hired for one of the highest position based on his or her knowledge. Whereas in Indian management, hierarchy is followed. Starting from families, one believes in paying more respect to the one who is older to us, and we follow the same pattern in our workplace. Coming to the employees relationship, in Western management, everyone maintains a professional relationship at work, even if they are family members or very close. But in Indian management system, there is no professionalism. One becomes friendly on time, and then there no stopping to the physical and the emotional activities towards each other. Now going to the difference between the Western management versus Eastern management. Regarding the structure, it is hierarchical, segment concern, egalitarian command, and so on. Whereas for the Eastern management, it is free from command, roles are loosely defined, and holistic concern. The next is the professional manager's position related to the function. Whereas in Eastern management, social leaders, often with high sounding titles, go for low ranking jobs. Next is particularism, specialized career path, possible with rapid evaluation and promotion, and individually oriented. On the other hand, Eastern management is non-specialized career path, slow evaluation, regimented promotions, socially oriented. In case of power, Western management is decentralized, whereas Eastern management is centralized. Mobility is stable in Western management, whereas Eastern management follows diversity, unity. Western management is direct approach, whereas Eastern management is an indirect approach. In Western management, systematic analysis, standardization, classification, categorization, conceptualization, precisions are there. Whereas in Eastern management, there is ambiguity, reaction, adaptation. Western management follow long-term planning, whereas Eastern management often lack formal set of planning and high flexibility in adjustment. Western management has explicit control mechanism, whereas Eastern management has implicit control management. Western management, the organization and systems adapt for change, whereas in Eastern management, leaders and managers adapt to change. Transcultural human values. Now, what does transcultural mean? Transculturalism is defined as seeing oneself in the other. It is the passive and active aspect of dispersion and diffusion of culture. It goes beyond cultural borders without becoming homogenizing on the global level, but still integrates diversity in the sense of recognition of differentiation. Its features are, it makes decisions from a global perspective. It includes managers from many countries. It is based on ideas contributed by people representing a variety of culture. The decisions that are the outcome balances the uniformity with flexibility. Now coming to the problems encountered, that is the cultural issues. Organization must prepare managers to recognize and handle different cultures. They should recruit managers with knowledge of other cultures, provide training. Organization may need to conduct an extensive selection process to identify individuals who can adapt to the new environment. Then the cultural diversity. Although many companies have cultural diversity, but it can bring its own set of problems for management professionals if they are inadequately prepared to deal with such diversity. Cultural differences can hamper the sense of togetherness and belongingness that many companies seek to create when they are consciously developing a cultural identity for workers. The primary issues created by cultural diversity is the potential inability to efficiently communicate with the workers of various backgrounds. Now coming to the religion, another problem that arises is the difference in the religious belief. Different religious ideas can also cause division, especially in those ideas are discussed freely during times when workers are idle. Religion differences may create offensiveness, cultural division within the workplace. Conflict resolution creates problem in terms of conflict resolution is due to cultural differences. It can create problem when attempting to resolve conflicts. The inability to communicate for one can make it difficult to effectively resolve a problem. This conflict resolution is sometimes that companies can deal with effectively if they have established policies and procedures for when major dispute arises between workers in the context of workplace. The transcultural values in management. Transcultural practice and values have become efficiently important in corporate business. The synergy between corporate culture and managerial values gives rise to cross-culture practices which helps in making effective strategic opinion and performing the business task successfully. Skills, abilities, knowledge, technology and experience are better facilitated by cross-cultural approach, particularly in multinational organizations. Compatibility between societal values and managerial practices influences the critical organizational success. Thus, institutions with higher education can serve as the source for providing global perspective of multicultural education. Now, what is the importance of values in the workplace? Values make such a positive difference to organization from internal recruitment strategies to make sure employees are affiliated with company goals and steered in the right direction. Values are extremely important within the workplace. Recruitment and retention are linked intrinsically with values, and it is the first place any organization should look at if they are serious about building high-performing teams. Values also affect the decision making. Example, if a value is centered on attention to detail, then everyone work is assessed by and employees know what they are being measured against. Values are critical as they give people something to gauge their standard by and know what to prioritize in the work they carry out. Values are also important for learning and development. By having values, organizations are able to set the tone on company culture and educate people on what, as a whole, the company holds dearest. For example, if a core value is honesty, it becomes the minimum standard for behavior. Those that are untrustworthy despite success cannot progress. Next, values are crucial for leading people. Without values, organization will most likely find employees working towards different goals with different intentions and different outcomes. This can also reduce job productivity, job satisfaction, and damage working relationship. Finally, values shape and influence our behavior in the workplace as a whole. They act as a guide on how to interact with others. You can feel comfortable because you know what behaviors you can expect to see and what behaviors are expected out of you. Values are there to positively influence our life. Believe every organization should invest in development, developing a set of workplace values, argument and organizational culture, vision, and mission. 6 strong values are strength, pace, innovation, respect, integrity, and teamwork. Organizational values determines the way people are treated and it shapes the basic work ethic. A systematic approach to build organizational values enables an organization to develop an effective and strong work culture to bind the behavior of people. Managing the value system of employees is very important. Mismatch of value system of the employees within the organization affects the efficiency and performance, which therefore renders the organization to experience competitive disadvantage. Some of the reflection of values at workplace are job satisfaction. The overall positive or the negativity refers to an individual's general attitude towards one's job. This is most often looked at in terms of the long run. One may be having a bad day or a bad week, but that does not mean job satisfaction is bad. Then comes job involvement. That how important one's job or work is. Job involvement measures the degree to which a person identifies psychology with one's job and considers one's performance level important to self-worth. The next is the organizational commitment. It refers to how committed one feels to the goal of the company for which he or she is working. For example, McDonald's employees are committed to the quality of their burger. The degree to which employees identify with a particular organization and its goal and wishes to maintain membership in the organization decides their attitude toward organizational commitment. Next, coming to the secular and spiritual values. Secular spirit means it is the tendency, especially it is the secular versus spiritual values. Secular spirit or tendency means it's a system of political or social philosophy that rejects all forms of religious faith and worship. Secularism deals with faith-oriented concept of God or concept of human. Spirituality involves the recognition of feeling or sense or belief that there is something greater than myself, something more to being human, and that the greater whole of which we are a part of cosmic or divine in nature. An opening of the heart is an essential aspect of true spirituality. Human spirituality is composed of three aspects: relationship, value, and life purpose. Spiritual values at work means that the individual and organizations consider working in a spiritual path in an opportunity to grow and contribute to society in a meaningful way, attempting to live their lives more fully in the work they do. Spiritual values, namely benevolence, charity, dignity, hope, kindness, modesty, peace, sincerity, trusting, truthfulness, unity, wisdom, etc., etc. Secular values in management, there is no reference to any supreme being. Basically, secularism seeks to interpret life on principles taken solely from the material world without recourse to religion. It shifts the focus from religion to other temporal and this worldly things, with emphasis on nature, science, reasons, and development. The secular mind is better equipped than religion to reach reason and compassionate judgment. The features of secularism are it emphasizes on the material and the cultural improvement of human beings. It respect for and search for all truth, whatever be it source, which can be tested in reality to observe whether it leads to human betterment. It is an independent, rational morality which does not base itself on faith in divine commands. Concerns for current age or world and its improvement. The characteristics of secularism are, going to the next slide, characteristics of secularism. It treats all religions equally, though their path of realizing their goal may be different. It develops freedom from dogmatic ideas. It encourages moral and spiritual values. It implies that no religion is superior or inferior to other religions. It does not mean negotiation of religion, but accepts that all religions have equal values. It encourages rational thinking and understanding. It implies freedom of worship. It implies that no religion is superior or inferior to other religions. Mutual coexistence of all religions without any hatred or bias against anyone. So these were the characteristics of secularism. Now coming to the secular versus spiritual values in management. In secular management, it refers to the worldly thoughts and philosophies as reproduced by management gurus. In another word, management are referred through the sacred books that are mentioned in our history. Whereas the spiritual values, it refers to the insight thrown on management by Vedas and Upanishad or by spiritual gurus. In secular management, it is by the management gurus, whereas in the spiritual management, it is by the spiritual gurus mentioned in our Vedas, Upanishad, Quran, Bible. The next, in secular management, it finds its way from Maslow's need hierarchy and culminate till most modern thoughts on management. Whereas in spiritual management, it finds its base from Vedas and Upanishad with special reference to Gita. Secular management treats management values as science, whereas spiritual management treats it as a philosophy. Secular management values treats management values as an evolutionary concept, whereas spiritual management believes that sources like Bhagavad Gita as a ready reckoner of value-based management. Secular management views on values are not generally ethical by nature, whereas spiritual management considers ethical or moral in its true sense. And finally, in secular management, contribution of Indian thought is comparatively poor, whereas the contribution of Indian thought has magnificent theories in the spiritual management. So this was the topic of today.